showing up today. My name is Wilfredo Melendez. I'm the agent that works in the Holyoke Veterans Services Department. Together with the director, Jesus Pereira, we will be presenting and hosting this event. Today we'll be celebrating the second year the United States celebrates the national celebration for the Borinqueneers Day in recognition of the Congressional Gold Medal they earned on April 13, 2016 for bravery, service, and sacrifice. The 65th Infantry Regiment, the United States military Hispanic unit that consists mostly of soldiers from Puerto Rico who fought in Korea early in the 1950s. Their motto, honor and fidelity. I'd like to just recognize a few individuals before I introduce the mayor, and that is, again, the director of the Holyoke Veterans Services Department, Jesus Pereira. I'd like to recognize as well the director and executive director of the Puerto Rican Veterans Bilingual Veterans Outreach Center in Springfield.
That's a long title.
20-year-old retirement from the Army, Jesus Gumersindo Gomez. Also, too, I'd like to recognize Nilka, the executive director, for the assistance to the mayor, who has been very generous, along with the mayor, in hosting this event. And I also like to recognize Stephen Fay, who also has helped to get this together again. The reason I mentioned that is because this is not done just by one individual. It's done together with the Holyoke government, which entails the mayor, who's very open and very generous to help out with this event. Right now, I'd like to introduce the mayor, the 45th mayor of Holyoke, Joshua Garcia.
That's it. Excellent. I just got to say how lucky we are to have Wilfredo on our team. So I just want to recognize Wilfredo quickly here, the man. And I love the title you gave Nilka, Executive Director. I think that fits her well. I just really quickly also want to acknowledge here on the city side, City Councilor Peter Tallman. We also have City Councilor Jenny Rivera and Councilor David Bartley here with us. Did I miss any other councilors? And that was my role to play at the moment. And now, at this time, I'm going to now introduce Wilfredo. Who am I introducing?
Excuse me?
I recognize the councilors.
All right, yep. So what I'm going to do now is just ask that Gumersindo Gomez comes up and give us a brief history of the 65th Regiment, who today's day is being celebrated nationwide. Gumersindo?
Thank you, Wilfredo. Thank you, Wilfredo.
Thank you.
Good morning, if it's still morning. Good afternoon. Can you hear me out there?
Yes, sir.
Got a drill sergeant's voice. I'm one of the founding members of the movement to honor the 65th Infantry Regiment. I am also here as the President of Vietnam Veterans of America of the state of Massachusetts, where Wilfredo is one of my chairs with the Minority Veterans Committee. Back in 1994, we started this movement to ensure that the whole nation, that the whole world knew that Puerto Rico had planted his seed within the United States Army. 65th started with a movement once Massachusetts invaded Puerto Rico. Believe me, it was Massachusetts who did that in 1998. In 1908, a unit of Puerto Ricans got put together, which later, in 1922, it became the 65th Infantry Regiment when it joined the United States Army. They went to World War II and fought in the Alps, and from there, they were summoned to go to Korea in their summer uniforms. In Korea, that was 1950 January, when Korea was 40 degrees below zero. And our Puerto Rican soldiers, not knowing English, just Spanish, for many of them, went and fought for our freedom. It was there where they put Puerto Rico in the world map. With all the awards that they received for valor and everything that they did for this country, General MacArthur said, wow, it's my wish that I will have in my ranks units like the 65th Infantry Regiment. That's how great these individuals were. We Puerto Ricans, when we don't fight ourselves, we ain't gonna fight, we'll find nobody to fight with, we'll kick the dog. But we've been fighting since 1494, when we were taken over by the Españoles. Since, Puerto Ricans have been defending their country, our country. The 55th has given us the recognition that we need throughout the nation, where today you have a Puerto Rican mayor in this city. And that has been done through our service in the military, as many of us here that have served. I myself served for 20 years, and I'm still serving. I'm on my 55th year of service. As when I retire, I put together the Bilingual Veterans Outreach Center in Western Massachusetts, and haven't stopped yet. Ain't planning on retiring either. Because there's a lot of veterans out there that need help, just like Jesus, your commissioner here, helps in Wilfredo. That's what we're here for. And it's two Puerto Ricans together doing the job here in Holyoke. Thank you for what you're doing there, Jesus. Thank you. Tonight, we will have a gathering at the Hispanic American Library in Springfield as we raise our flag at 10 o'clock today. We will have a gathering at 6 o'clock at Union Station, where we will talk more about the history, and we will have 3 individuals that are still living with us and talking to us about their experiences. So I invite you, if you ain't got nothing else to do tonight at 6 o'clock, come with us. You can have dinner with us over there.
Thank you.
Become hungry. I thank you, and I wish you the best, and I thank the mayor for hosting this celebration. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gumersindo. Now we'll have the mayor, who's going to read the proclamation as we raise the Puerto Rican flag. Please don't leave afterwards, because we're going to have some music.
The City of Holyoke Proclamation. Whereas on January 1st, 2021, Congress declared that April 13 would be designated National Borinqueneers Day to honor the bravery, service, and sacrifice of the 65th Infantry Regiment, a U.S. Army unit that consisted mostly of soldiers from Puerto Rico. And whereas during the Korean War, the 65th adopted the nickname the Borinqueneers in recognition of the indigenous Taino Indians, the original inhabitants of Puerto Rico, whose name for the island was Borinquen. And whereas over the years, the Borinqueneers received numerous decorations, including more than 2,700 Purple Hearts, 600 Bronze Stars, 250 Silver Stars, 9 Distinguished Service Crosses, and 1 Congressional Medal of Honor. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Joshua A. Garcia, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 13th as National Borinqueneers Day in the city of Holyoke and encourage all the residents to reflect on the heroism of the Borinqueneers, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of City of Holyoke to be affixed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Now we're going to have a treat. We're going to have Bomba de Aquí. Give us a little joy and relaxation so we all can go back to work or just go back home and take it easy. This is Bomba de Aquí.
A trabajar.
The directors, Brendalis Cepeda and Saul Penalosa. Please. Thank you.
Congress passed law to recognize this day, the 65th Infantry. These are our brothers from the island of Puerto Rico that have contributed to the greater fabric of our country. And it's incredibly important that as Americans, we celebrate those contributions of members from every corner of our country, including the island of Puerto Rico, who are also United States citizens as well. The people in the island of Puerto Rico take a lot of pride in their culture and their roots and who they are and where they come from. And to know that Congress recognized this particular group that's contributed to the fabric of the United States, it helps with spreading pride around the culture and the community at large. And so to be here this day, even me as a Puerto Rican mayor in a community that has more Puerto Ricans per capita living here than any other municipality in the world outside of the island of Puerto Rico, understand that it's a real true honor for me to be part of this.